Hey everybody, it's Thursday, so today it's a jelly printing demo, and I don't have a plan in mind. I'm just going to go ahead and start playing with color on my jelly plate. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this around. Try to get this at a good perspective for everybody. All right, let me see if I can bring this up so I can see it on my computer. So yesterday I was working with what's the word, distress pads, and I really enjoyed it, so I thought I'd just play a little bit more again today. And so I'm just going to start by adding, if I get them open. Oh man. Okay, so I'm just going to add, this is faded jeans. And I'm going to just ombre this a little bit and see how that works. See if that looks cool. And you know, this is not the cleanest jelly pad in the world, jelly plate. I have been using it. Let's see what happens if I pull this turquoise down. This is peacock feathers, tumbler glass, and faded jeans. I used these two colors yesterday to create my craft demo, which was a slimline card using Pink Fresh Studios stuff. Sorry, my brain's not on this morning. Okay, so I think with this one, what I'm going to do is play around with wiping away and then seeing what I get. So I'm going to use a baby wipe to come in, and you can see the color popping off when I do that. And then, let's see, actually maybe, whoop, let me try. There. I always find it kind of interesting what happens when you do that. And then I'm going to let it dry for half a second. And then I think I'm going to back it with a color. I'm going to back it with something pretty. This is Pixie Dust by Paper Artsy. I can't remember if this is a Seth After color. Part of me thinks it is. Just a little dribble here and there. Spots of color. I don't want, you know, a huge amount. I just comment. And I can see that it is activating. You can see that it's activating the ink. And like this. And see if I get anything resembling a pattern. Oh, I hope that didn't. Oh, looks like I managed to obscure anything that I was trying to do. So, I mean, it's still cool, but it's not exactly what I was going for. So, I'm going to try it again, but this time I'm going to do it with some paint. So I'm just going to put on some yellow, and let's see what happens if I put on some orange. I have an idea. Actually, spread that out first. Go back to the yellow, knowing that the colors might mix a little bit. A little ombre going on here. Cool, little sunset colors. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna come in with my baby wipe and wipe away the color. Messily. then let's see what happens. I'm actually just going to use the same print. This is the blue. That I just printed. So now I have a double print. And you can see the ombre on that one and the pattern. So that's cool. Kind of fun. All right, not done. Gonna do more. Now I'm gonna add something with a little red. Let's see what happens if I spread some red out. And this time I'm going to come along and I'm going to wipe off this. So I super like that. And now I'm going to just do that for this half of my plate. And so when I do this, I like to have a piece that I use so I don't get paint all over my hands. Rub the back down with. All right, got a little something going on there. Not sure yet, but do you like playing? So this is, you know, I'm just layering up basically. I'm almost consider it art journaling. And I'm just doing a cleansing pull, ghost print, see what I get if I do that. Not much. So you can see I've got a lot of paint left on my page. So I think I'm gonna just, I'm gonna do a cleansing. I'm not worried about my brayer not being clean. Okay. Just need to take it a little slower. Sorry, I had a morning full of meetings and to-do list as long as my arm today. So I think it would behoove me to just relax, get into this, stop letting my brain sabotage me. Now this jelly plate is 8 by 10, which is sizable. It means that it basically fills the page. So you can see I got pretty well everything off the plate there. And yeah, it's not earth-shattering print, so I'm just gonna go and keep doing stuff. I think what I'm gonna do now though, I'm gonna clean my brayer because I don't want that color on there. And I'm gonna try layering up with some texture and color intentionally. One thing I'm going to try doing, let's put these aside. These right a second. So I'm going to do the thing where I get the brayer, color on the brayer before I put it on the plate so I don't get those blobs that you were seeing in there. So yeah, that's what I want. More of a brayered look. Of course I have goop in the middle of it. Reestablish that. And I'm going to come along and wipe off with this one this time. Like that. Like that. And then I'm just going to pull it on the same one. Use that purple and red together. Ooh, see? Doesn't take much to upgrade something like that. Okay, I really want to work with this turquoise today. So this is cerulean, might be cerulean, might be how you say it. Again, my brain is not particularly on today. This is Paper Artsy, one of my favorites. Got an interesting pattern just with the rollout on that, and there's the purplish transferring a little bit, which is nice. I'm wondering why my desk ends up looking like a mess. Well, you're seeing it in action. And let's see if I were to... So this I'm doing, you know, subtractive techniques and layering on each other versus what I often do, which would be to do all the work on the plate and then pull the one mono print. So this is, I'm layering the prints on top of each other and then seeing how they look when I do. Then I get stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And you can see what happens when you wipe off. So partly the stencil pulls off some of the paint, but then I get these sort of outlines, these ghost images because of the wiping I've done, which is kind of cool. And then at this point, I have a fair amount on the plate. Let's see what happens when I pull it with a white. This is a Liquitex Basics. They're titanium white. This is back when I didn't have as many brands, this is my go-to. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Too much, way too much paint. I have a nice blob effect. See if I can't just roller that out a little bit. I'm just going to pull this as it is and see what it pulls up in terms of a ghost print. See, look at all that color and pattern that was still on there. Love it. It's the sort of thing I really like for churlies. All right, so I'm going to add just a little stripe of red on this one. And let's see, I'm going to try to do a fun pattern. A couple of, this is a Tim Holtz stencil, one of my favorites of his. So now I just have this across the middle, and I'm going to do that across this one. So again, I'm building layers with this today versus doing it all at the print all at once and picking it up that way. Let's see if I can pick a little more of that up. So that's cool. Kind of see, so now at this point I've got the original pink, I have that purple with the circles, I have the chevron in the teal or the turquoise, and now I have this red bubbly bits in the back. So that's what I have going on. Let's see if I can hold this still enough for you guys to see it. So it focuses. Yeah, so hopefully you can see there some of the patterns I've got going on there. And this is more, you know, intentional, like I'm really focusing just on this one thing, and you end up with one print versus, you know, 14 prints or 45 prints, which is actually more like what happens with me. 45 prints. And let's see, that one I think I'm gonna leave and bring in some of the turquoise. On the bottom here. It's fun. You can see where it mixed and made a little purple with that there turquoise and the red. I'm just going to throw some purple or this pink down. Again, I'm not really... So this is me building an actual print, not necessarily layering, though I might throw it down on one I've already done. Oh. Now remember, if you want the alphabet to show up, you have to put it down in a way that the letters are backwards. Okay, I'll let this dry half a second. I'll braid this off over here. Because I'm going to use this white that I had left over. Now come in and cover this all up very gently so I don't lose my pattern. Let's see what I get. So this is a mono print. I'm just printing once to see. I built all the patterns up onto the one plate, and I'm going to pull it one time and see what I get. I mean, they're all mono prints, but yeah, that's cool. If I had let this dry a little more, I would have gotten more of a pattern. You can see the two colors I put down before that dried. So, see if you can see this. Give it a second to focus. And if I do it sideways, you can see it that way. Yeah. So, and now I have something interesting going on, which I might pull this paint for. And then, what happens if I drop this down? Give that a second to dry, and then use a fun color behind it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it this way, over here. So don't end up with a, well, I'm gonna end up with a blob because of the mistake I made there, but let's see what I get when I pull this. Again, this is trying to go for the pattern all at once and not layering. Now, if I really wanted to layer and get everything perfect, I would use my registration tool. So let's see. If you can see that one, the pattern I got out of it. It's kind of cool. I might actually use that later. And then I've got this, what looks like maybe a cool ghost print. So I'm just going to throw down a little, oh, don't know how sensitive the microphone is, but a little burpy. Okay. Let's see what I get out of this one. So, you know, I like the grungy ghost prints. This is where I start getting excited. So, you know, this is fun for me to see. There are things that I could do. I'll do something turquoisey on top of this, but I could do it more like this, where I put Well, let's see. Actually, I kind of like the idea of using the same. So this time I'm putting the stencil down before I put the paint. And I'm going to brayer the paint down through the stencil. There was a little paint left on it, so I've got a little mix of color. So this is a little different. I was putting this down and subtracting, and now this time I just put it down and added. So now I'm going to do it on top of this purple and red one that I had. I like the combination of the turquoise with this. Ooh, yeah, sweet. If you can see. Got some nice color differentials there. Differentials. So, you know, some bright turquoise on top of the purple, and then some of it's muddied. So I've got, you know, some contrast there. I like it a lot. Okay, so, you know, part of me is trying to think about what I do with my prints, because these are all backgrounds in essence. They're not finished products. You know what? Let me just do one as a finished product. Let me find my favorite stencil. I have a, you know, a lot of stencils. All right, here's one. This is mine. Again, if I want it to show up, I'm gonna need to put it backwards. Hope that's way too much paint, but that's okay. And now I can go ahead and add it to ooh, I like it. Let's see if I can pick up that ghost print, which I did. Sweet. So what I can do is keep going. Do that again. I've got a lot of paint left here, so now I'm actually creating something that has a message. So this is actually going to be a finished piece all on its own. Do another round. See if I have any more paint. A little bit. Okay, so there you go. An actual intentional piece that I, like for me, I might trim it, but I actually like it the way it is. So I might actually just put this up as a piece, a finished piece. And it's gonna be called Resist. And if I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna really treat this as an art print, then I'm gonna sign it. Let's see, we're supposed to sign it with a pencil. I have a pencil. All right, and it's 1 of 1 because it is a mono print. So I would never be able to produced this. I've got the name in the middle, and then I've got my signature and the date or the year next to it. This is how, if you're going to treat your work as art, that's how you would go ahead and sign it at the end. So I am super pleased. This is not, I was not sitting down thinking I was going to create something like this, but I am really happy with it. I'm going to put it up. I love everything about it. I love the colors working together. I love the grunginess. I love the ghost prints and the cred that came up. And yeah, I love the message at this point. Resist, resist, resist wedding here. That's the question. All right. So I hope that inspired you guys to get colorful maybe, or you know, to experiment, because that's really what that was. It was just me messing around. And can't get the phone to stay still. And so, yeah, I really encourage you to spend, what was that, 25 minutes messing around, and I ended up with a piece that I consider an actual hang on the wall art piece. So I hope that you do the same. And don't forget, I have an open house tomorrow from 5 to 9 here at the store. You can come in. I'll have my class samples out and sign-ups available, some nibbles, maybe some bubbles. And yeah, I hope you guys make it out. See you then. Bye.